God bless our queen, Rowena Whey and Tyffanie. What could her name be? I think it's Rowena Whey on What's the Maple Tea? What's the Maple Tea? What's the Maple Tea?
Hey, where has she gone? Where is she?
Look at you. Look at you. Hi.
Can you guess where I am?
Is it a bunny?
Well, I am a bunny, yes. I'm a gym bunny.
Oh dear Lord. Oh, okay, now I see it with the okay, yes. Oh, yeah, it's a leather harness. Extremely tells me that you're a gym bunny. Yeah,
yes, this reads as gym bunny. I'm basically going as the stereotypical gay Halloween costume. Animal ears and a harness.
Well, is that why I have my animal ears too?
That's exactly why you have your animal ears. Yes.
Oh my gosh!
My throat today. So, hi, my name is Rowena Whey.
And hi, I'm Tyffanie Morgan.
And you're listening to What's the Maple Tea?
The Maple Tea.
The live video broadcast podcast where we talk about RuPaul's Drag Race, Canada's Drag Race, especially today, and everything Kingston drag, and anything and everything, because we don't know how to shut up. Truth.
And if you're listening to our podcast right now, our audio podcast, we film this live Fridays at 7 p.m. on our Facebooks and stuff like that, but just not YouTube.
Just not YouTube, due to reasons beyond our comprehension.
Well, I think I'm still broadcasting to my YouTube channel, but we'll have to think about that decision.
Okay. Well, if you are listening to us on our podcast, welcome to our podcast. If you're one of our weekly viewers, I mean, we have some treats for you today. Ears, bunny ears. Those are the treats.
Bunny ears.
There's an extra visual component to this podcast.
And Rowena shirtless in a harness.
Not that unusual. Not that unusual.
I'm sure some of our viewers might be wondering what's below the chest line there.
More chest.
More It's just more chest. It's just more chest.
I only have chest. I don't have legs.
What?
There you go. See, just abdomen. This is what happens when I don't shave. This is what I look like when I don't shave.
And this is what I look like when I don't shave. Someone asked me this week on a video conference call. They're like, are you trying to grow a beard? And I'm just like, no, it's not Friday yet. And here I am. I'm playing hooky from, doing drag. I'm just, I was like, let's just focus on content. I took notes, Rowena. I took notes.
Oh my God, you're going to know what you're talking about more this week.
Yeah, exactly. It's not just going to be a complete crazy diatribe of me just talking about pancake. I don't know. Pancake.
Pancake. I don't understand, but sure. Okay. We have a comment that says that we're awesome. I agree. We are awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
I love positive affirmation.
Are you drinking a beer there?
I am drinking a cider because we had like 15 degrees this week, and so I'm celebrating summer.
Oh, I know. The weather's been so great here, except for maybe today. It's been a little rainy.
Just typical Canadians, always talking about the weather.
Yeah, and we talk about distances in time and not in kilometers
Mhm.
or miles or whatever. So,
Exactly, exactly. The maple tea is the Canadian perspective, not only on drag, but also distance.
there's a
Sorry,
lot
that
of
was
distance
an
between
art
us.
joke.
Oh,
Perspective,
what?
distance, never mind. Yeah, really
But
bad art joke.
bum. Okay, gotcha, gotcha. You are
Ba-dum-bumch.
forgiven. You live with an artist. I understand.
Yes, this is true. And he lives with an artist?
Well, if whatever you do on Just for Fans is called art, then yes.
I think it's art. I'm creating things that people devour. I don't know.
Well,
Anyways,
okay.
so this week,
I'm
on
not.
that note, whew,
I'm just gonna change my seat. Excuse me.
so last week on RuPaul's Drag Race season 13, we had the episode Pop Goes the Queens, which I think is a
it,
play on Pop Goes the Weasel and also the fact that they had to do soda pop commercials.
it Pop goes the weasel. The entire time I was singing "Pop Goes the World." Do bum 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 dun, 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 dun. I'm
This
not a
is one of
singer. Dun,
those
dun, 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 dun.
situations where you're
Pop
dating
goes the
yourself
world. Hmm?
because I have no idea what that is.
Well, that's an 80s song, you know. I'm sure the kids have listened to it in their dance clubs and stuff since then.
I was born in the 90s, but cool. Thanks.
Yeah, but you know,
Um,
retro was totally in at some point.
Retro is totally in right now. It's totally in right now. So
Ah.
in the last episode, they had to brand and create their own soda pop commercials. So that was the maxi challenge. And I'm so excited to talk about it because I totally know what I would do for my commercial, but we'll get there eventually. Um,
Get there eventually. Why don't we talk about it now?
because there was a mini challenge, girl, a mini
Oh,
challenge.
mini challenge. Oh, yes, 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 yes.
Yes.
Continue,
So in the
continue.
mini challenge, the drag queens were challenged to see if they were smarter than the pit crew. Are you smarter than the pit crew? I know that I'm not because Bryce, the ginger, is actually an aerospace engineer.
Well, it was
And
cute
like,
because when the clips that we got, it was like 99% of them were coming from him. The
yes.
questions.
Well, and to be completely fair, the questions were all about drag. And
Yeah.
if anyone knows stuff about RuPaul's Drag Race, it'll be the two pit crew members who have been on RuPaul's Drag Race for years and years and years. Honestly, how old are they?
Well, I don't know. Those abs are ageless, let me tell you,
This is
when
true.
you're looking at them.
I have decided that because I have now failed to get on Canada's Drag Race twice, I'm going to audition for the pit crew instead.
What are you talking about? Oh, yes, yes, you should wait, did we have a Canadian pit crew?
Yes, we did. We did.
Oh, I feel so ashamed because I had no idea.
Always wore the Canadian flag underwear.
Oh, okay. Oh, wait, did we have, anyway.
Anyways, clearly you weren't watching the same Canada's Drag Race I was because I hyper focused on those underpants, girl.
I did not obviously hyper focus on those. I think I was hyper focused like on season 1 of Canada's Drag Race. It was all about those
Jimbo's boobs.
bazingas.
Yeah, Jimbo's
Yeah, yeah,
boobs.
yeah, Jimbo's boobs. It was just I was just like, "Wow."
And look at us off topic once again. So, are you smarter than the pit crew? And really, this was just an excuse to make fun of Candy Muse. Because as we
Yes.
determined in this episode, Candy does not do numbers or math.
Well, she does do math. We discovered she does do math. She just doesn't really understand when you say 2,500 versus 25,000, you know.
Yes. I will say it was a very cute moment and I enjoyed it because we got to laugh with her and also at her.
She's like, "Oh, I got a tip of 25,000," and people are like, "What are you talking
Girl,
about?"
that's a quarter of the grand prize. You did not earn $25,000 on a mini challenge.
No, no.
No, no. Although $2,500 is more than any other queen from like season 7 prior won in any mini challenge. So she's doing pretty well.
Oh, I didn't realize that the prizes have been slowly increasing for each
Slowly,
show.
rapidly. This season, the queens have been getting $5,000 every time they win a challenge. It's insane. If I was going to be on Drag Race, I would want to be on it right now when they're handing out the bucks.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
I would be there anywhere. Just give me the money. Just show
just
me
give me
the
the
money.
money. Show me the money. Bring me on the show. I don't care
Exactly.
how well I do. Just give me the money.
All right. Well, that was a very short mini challenge, and then we got into the pop commercials.
The pop commercials. So the Maxi Challenge this week, the girls had to create and brand their own soda pop commercials and cans and come up with a catchy jingle at the end. So
You know,
honestly, this I think is one of the most fun challenges for me. We've gotten some really good highlights from these, like Katya's spray that knocks you out, Alaska's tuck tape, and
oh
some other
yes.
really good gems in the past. So I was really excited for this challenge, and I was not disappointed.
I will say that somewhere along the lines, I missed the jingle was a important part of the challenge.
Important
uh,
is not the word I would use. It was
okay, well,
there also.
it was there. It was there. It was added to the subtext after the show had been produced.
Exactly. Exactly. They added jingle kind of played in the background towards the end of the commercial, and we really didn't notice them. And that's probably a good thing because some of them were not great. Although I do still have Utica's in my head. When you think that you can't, Utica can.
Oh my god. Oh, well, before we I'm sorry, I'm gonna take a little second here.
Mhm.
There was a surprise guest. Jada Essence Hall decided to throw herself in there. Am I getting ahead of myself here?
No, that's right. But were you really surprised?
That Jada Essence Hall would be there? No. No.
No, not in the slightest.
No, I knew she was yeah, these stars are gonna be making star attractions during these
Well, and
programs, so yeah.
especially because they can't go to the workroom physically. So doing all these video calls is something. They're
But
giving the queens something.
you don't know who's going to be calling. Who's gonna call next? Maybe it's Hillary Clinton next week.
Well, after having Anne Hathaway as a special video guest, I'm pretty sure that Jada Essence Hall was not quite as exciting. I'm sorry.
Yeah. They're like, I have been in competitions with this bitch before.
Right? It's like I've been on tour with her, she performed with me, but I've never met Anne Hathaway. Anyways, that would be my preference. I would much prefer to meet Anne Hathaway, but
Okay,
Jada,
so if
Jada, you're great too. Look over there.
look at over there, what over there? Jada or her, Anne Hathaway. I think I would want to meet I think wait, what? What's her
Okay,
name now?
you can meet Jada. I'll meet Anne Hathaway.
Jada. Okay, that I just forgot Jada's name for a second there. Yeah, I'll meet Jada. There we go. The two of us can talk about the old times.
Old times. Your pageant days await. Your pageant wins
Patch.
await. Oh, right. Sorry, you do have
Win
one
by
pageant win.
default. Win
You
by
have
default.
one pageant win by default. Miss Tiffany Morgan is Miss Kingston Pride and
No,
has
Miss
been
Gay Kingston.
Miss Gay Kingston and has been for like 8 years
Oh, well, well,
by default.
I, I need to hand it down. It's turned into this like honorary title for the last bitch standing sort of situation. And I always said I would give it up once I've had the crown long as Jazz Morgan had before me, and I may have gone over that now.
Okay, so it's mine
So,
now? Is that what's happening right now? I'm getting the crown? Do I get the crown?
well, we'll have to figure something out. All right, next
I think
topic.
we'll have a discussion later. We'll talk later. We'll talk later. So, anyways, the Maxi Challenge, they had to design their pop cans. So, first up was Rose. Oh, no, sorry, Tina. First up was Tina. And her can was called Burnin' Up. What
Burning
did you
up.
think?
You got me burning up. You got me burning. You got me burning up. Can't you see that I love nobody? Sorry, I'm told I'm not a singer.
We can tell.
So
What do you think
there,
of Tina's commercial?
okay. Well, let's just focus on that. Eh,
Before this
meh.
episode, she told me that she had notes and she was going to keep on track. How's that going, audience?
Well, these notes are more general. They're not really about this any individual person per se.
Right.
So anyway, so Tina's commercial, it was okay. It wasn't really burning me up. Let's just say.
You didn't get the
And I
fire
was
and the desire, the
well,
passion.
I was kind of really like I liked that she had that continuous like reiterative speech thing that she did. I can't remember whatever it
Mhm.
was
She
or
said,
whatever.
"Hell yeah."
Hell yeah. Oh my god, she's making reference to something else. Anyway,
Is she? What is she
I
referencing?
not the hell yeah. Like she I think she was trying to make it sound like oh yeah for the Kool-Aid guy.
Oh, maybe. I think she was just trying to be deep and aggressive, but that's just me. So,
Yeah, yeah.
yes, Jazz Morgan is still Empress. We know, we know. The Tiffany Morgan, Jazz Morgan dynasty will forever live in Kingston. We know, we know.
We're never dying. We're
Never
never
dying.
dying.
So I thought Tina's commercial was fun, but kind of just more of the same. It
Yeah.
was the same Tina Burner we've been getting the entire time, which is fine. It's good to have a brand, and she has a brand, right? I feel like
Yep.
that was the challenge, branding. Tina did Tina's brand, so she did the challenge properly. Ergo, I don't agree with the judges, but more on that later.
Okay. Yeah, that's exactly where I want to go
Yeah.
later. Later. Okay. So who's
Next
next?
up
Who's
was
next?
Rose.
Oh my god.
I loved it.
Yeah.
I loved it.
I loved it. I loved it. And more
Rose
on that
had
later on.
Rose Aid, a hangover cure. And it's a hangover cure we could all use, trust me.
Just a
Although
little
I
bit.
will say that rose flavored pop does not sound great to me. I feel like I would rather have like red, but that's just me. I'm a red wine person. However, her commercial was hilarious, and I want that robe, the Jan face crack robe. I want it.
The
If anyone
Jan.
out there
Oh
wants to
yeah.
get me a present, the Jan face crack robe is available on Jan's Jan Sports merch website. It costs $75 US, but it's totally worth it to see me wear it. Right?
Okay.
Okay, cool. Awesome. Excellent.
We may have been I'm starting to figure out where we went wrong with YouTube. I'm starting to figure out where we went wrong with YouTube. All this. Rosage, I love that word.
Mhm.
It was really, really great. And yeah, she was so much fun in that commercial.
Acting
Even
was better than everybody else's.
It was interesting because when we saw these clips, right?
Mhm.
The Ross and what's his name?
Ross
They were
and
really
Carson.
and Carson, yeah, they were really getting into Rose's show, and they're
Mhm.
giving advice on, do it this way, do it that way, sort of thing. But I think they were really just given that advice just to, try different
Yeah.
aspects of things and stuff like that. Like I think
Well, and
she
as
hit
a good
the
as
nail.
a good director should. A good director should get you to do the same thing in a couple different ways. That way, if you decide to go a different way with it, then there you go. You have another shot. Because if you do the same thing over and over again, and then later on decide that it wasn't really working, if you did the same thing, you don't have anything else to work with.
Which brings us to Gottmik.
Oh, Mick. Mick, I love you so much, but your concept just did not work. I'm so sorry. I think that Mick had a very good concept going in that like the pop makes you delusional and makes you think that what you're doing is better. But I think that her approach to presenting that didn't work properly. She probably could have done it in a way that was like you think you're better, but actually you look the same, and just did that because I just don't think she rounded it out well.
Yeah. Yeah, I understand where her idea was, but yeah, the actual putting the feet on the ground sort of implementation of it was like, ugh. I think if she had like all of her actions were basically the same for each of
Mhm.
the like before and after sort of thing, but it would have been nice to maybe even done something different with the look. Like, before with like, rags and cigarette butts in your hair or something like that. And then the delusional where you're like, oh, I'm so pretty. And like, um,
Or even like have
filtered.
the person look more composed when they're being delusional. So like the person fell down on the floor, have them be like, "Oh my god, I'm so sexy on the floor." And then have like another cut that says, "This is what you actually look like, but this is how you
What
feel."
So the first three that we talked about, or well, two that we talked about. I don't know where we are now. But
We're on number 3. Thanks.
we're on number three. So got mixed drink though. Like even that, but that title really was a big fail in my mind.
Got mix,
Because
got sex, sex juice.
yeah, as Carson said, too many syllables, too many words in that title. Like 17 words over title.
I'm trying to imagine like actually seeing that on a shelf and looking at it like if it was called got sex, like that would have been great, but it wasn't
Yeah.
called got sex. Oh my god, got milk, got Mick. Sorry, I say that I got that previously, but for some reason that just clicked in my head better. Anyways, um
Well, I like if we're thinking about names for the drink, uh, I would have totally been like mix, like MIKS. And you'd be like, this is the perfect mix for everything that you put alcohol with.
oh,
Like I
that's
would
a
have went
good
with that.
concept. If you
Yeah,
were to make a
exactly.
pop about Tiffany Morgan, what would you call it?
Jaw lock. Lockjaw.
No, you should call it sweet pea.
Oh, sweet pea. Yeah, of course, of course. Yeah, that
See?
would. Well, and we can talk about that at the end of going through all these
Mhm.
people because anyway, even if I
And
did sweet pea, RuPaul would have voted me off. Next person, Utica.
wait, no,
Let's go back to Utica.
wait. I
Okay.
I would do no way.
Oh my god. That yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
See, no way. Coca-Cola. Actually,
Yeah,
Coca-Cola has more syllables than no way. Like yeah.
right? It's just very simple to be like, no way. Right? It works. Anyways, so next up was Utica.
Utican. I love that. I love that. Like Utican, and even the judges were playing with it. They were having fun with that term.
I
But the
liked
rest of
the
the
name.
commercial,
Yeah, I like
Well,
the name. That's as far as I'll go.
yeah. The licking of the can, I like that idea. But, the judges' critiques, which were like, no one really knew the flavor, like, and just adding the cow, I was just like, "No,
The
no,
cow was
no."
great. I mean, okay, so I hated everything about it. Like, it was terrible, but it was so much fun to watch. It was so much fun to watch. Her, like, suckling at the cow while the pop was going in, and I it made no sense, but it was fantastic. It was everything that Utica is.
Utica can. Yep, and she didn't blush, she didn't, like, shy away from suckling that poor
No.
cow. Yep,
Poor cow. I
poor
am cow.
cow.
Hear me moo. I weigh twice as much as you, and I look good on the barbecue. I'm trying to
Oh
say it
my
all pink so
god.
that we don't get flagged for copyright. Um,
That's
anyways, that's the Arrogant Worms. That's a Canadian band. If you've never listened to them, go listen to them. They're hilarious.
Oh, I didn't even get the reference.
Seriously? Anyways, Utica was a
I'm a
no.
bad Canadian. So
Bad.
you can, yeah,
No.
bad.
No.
Next one.
Next one. Candy. K special.
Yeah, K special. I love the name. I love the filming outtakes because clearly not everything got into that commercial.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I thought she was definitely having a whole lot of fun, and the judges had a lot of fun with it too. So
I don't agree with how great they seem to think it was. I thought it was a little bit, I didn't find it as funny as they did, maybe. I didn't think it was bad. It was not the worst one, but I don't think it was quite as funny as the judges made it out to be. But maybe that's a me thing. Maybe my taste level is just better than the judges. As I sit here in a leather harness and bunny ears.
and bunny ears and makeup and one earring.
I mean, the one earring is because I'm a gay.
You're a gay bunny? Oh,
I
a
know.
gay gym bunny. Surprise,
Bunny.
surprise.
Surprise, surprise. I have a
They
surprise
multiply
for you
just
down
like
here.
bunnies.
Chocolate eggs. Um. Anyways, what did you think of Candy?
I loved it. I thought it was funny, and who you can't blame funny. Like, yeah,
Okay. Okay.
and she was on her own brand. I would say, especially now that you know. So this is filmed. I don't know how long ago this was filmed, but like I said, there's those YouTube videos. Especially that new song that Candy Muse has out with Alaska, or Alaska has out anyway.
Sitting
Sitting
alone
alone
in
in
the
the
VIP.
VIP. And that is totally the same everything,
Mm-hmm.
which is on brand.
It's on brand. By the way, this was filmed last June.
Oh dear Lord, she had to wait like 8 months to bring it out.
I know. Imagine having to hold your tongue as Candy Muse, holding your tongue for 8 months, not telling people that you were on Drag Race. She must have been dying on the inside.
Clearly.
Clearly.
And she must have really great brand ambassadors. I need to speak to them.
Yeah. So next up was Olivia.
Oh.
I rewatched the episode today, and I actually think that Olivia. Actually, no. Let me rephrase. I re-listened to the episode. I didn't watch it because I was doing my makeup, so I was listening to it. I actually think Olivia's commercial was really fun. I don't quite understand the critique she got about her smiling too much, because that is who Olivia is. She is perky, she's happy, she's kind, she's nice. And I think that her commercial really represented that, and her commercial was funny. She had a lot of good moments. So, anyways, what I'm trying to say is I disagree with the judges once again for this week. And yeah. Anyways, what do you think of Olivia?
As I pregnant pause here, I she's feeling one notish sort of thing. Like, of course, I love that big smile on her. But like, if it was an acting challenge, there wasn't much range. Um,
Well, she went up
but
the mountain range and down into the valleys and out to the desert. That's a lot of distance.
yeah, yeah, I wasn't really feeling Olivia this week, like with that challenge. No, no. Although
No,
her outfit, her beast outfit was lovely.
it was Avatar, gnome, sprite, realness. I have no idea. It was something. It was cool. And then last but not least, definitely not least, the ebony enchantress herself, Simone.
I knew we were forgetting someone. I was like, why? It
Forgetting,
sounded
I
like you
was
were
saving the
wrapping
best
up.
for last. Saving the
It
best
sounded
for
like
last.
it sounded like you were wrapping up there. Yeah, Simone. I almost forgot. Oh, how could I forget that? And I
Sleep.
had 2 heart attacks on the way here.
No, Simone's commercial was perfect. Just perfect. And I would not change a thing. Um, Simone is a delight constantly. And I think that she's probably going to be top two, if not going to win.
Well, you've opened the door. So these are my notes. These are my notes.
Oh,
I
okay.
think
Okay.
after I think after today's episode, or sorry, the last week's episode, I can safely now choose my top 4.
There's only 6 left.
I know. I know.
Oh, girl. Okay. I've
So,
had my top 4 chosen for like 8 queens.
well, so
And then
Rose,
Denali went
and
home. So I'm sad.
then yeah. So Rose, I think, is in the top 4. Got Mick, Simone, and Candy.
I agree with you, although I don't agree that Candy should be in the top 4. I think she will be in the top 4.
Yes.
Yeah. Um,
So,
so the runway. The category
oh, the
was
Beast looks. Yeah.
it was Beast Couture. Hence why I'm dressed as a bunny tonight. If I had done a full bunny look, though, my concept was to do the white rabbit from Monty Python. So come out all cute and then degrade into the vicious man-eating bunny that Rowena is.
She's definitely a man eater for sure. She's a man eater. Dun, 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 dun.
Dun, 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 dun,
All
dun.
your love, she's a man eater. What's
There's 2 man-eaters. There's Nelly Furtado and there's Hall & Oates. Which one are you singing?
Nelly Furtado, of course.
The
Canadian.
Canadian.
Canadian. I knew her DJ. Or I still know her DJ, but
Oh my goodness. No one else knows her DJ. Um, so the runway category was Beast Couture. And straight up, I want to say, holy fuck, what was Candy wearing?
oh my God. Like,
And why did the judges not say anything?
oh, well, oh, like, oh, I just forgot her name again. What's her name? Anyway, her.
Michelle,
She's like, Michelle Visage was like,
I'm gonna
Candy.
tell her you forgot her name.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Sorry, I'm old. It's on a Friday night. Michelle was like, "What is up with this?" Like she called it out at one point, but they
That's
didn't
it.
read.
That's
Like
it.
there wasn't any reading really, right?
Oh. They just let her slide. They let her slide with that. Basically a Party City bodysuit and a blow up doll. That was her outfit. Bodysuit, blow up doll.
But they kinda let everyone slide, though. They said, "Oh, the look is good or the look is bad," and that
No,
was
no,
kind
no.
of it for the looks?
No, because
Like,
they
they didn't.
went on and on and on about how good Simone's was and how good Rosé's was. And they went on and on about how Tina's was not good enough, especially her makeup. And they said a whole bunch of things about how Utica's was beautiful but not beast. And like I can really tell watching these past couple episodes that the producers and the judges are really gunning for a certain group of people. And I know but it's supposed to be reality TV. Let the girls earn their way. Don't just craft a story. Let them earn their spot. And I don't think that Candy earned the safe that she got this week. I believe that Candy should have been in the bottom, lip syncing for her life.
And on that note, would have I thought Got Mick should have been in the bottom
I think
because because
Mick
of the
was in the bottom, just
well,
not the
this
bottom two.
3rd.
Yeah. I
She was
think Mick
3rd,
was
yeah.
placed where Mick should have been, but I do believe that like the bottom two lip syncing should have been Utica and Candy.
Okay, so let me speak to that argument. I don't think Candy should have been. I thought Candy's commercial, like I think most of this judging was maybe on the commercials, and I liked Candy's commercial. Got Mix bombed, Utica's bombed, and that's why I was thinking in the in the bottom two, it should have been Got Mick and Utica because Tina's commercial was meh, okay, like it didn't bomb, which the other two did. Um, but I think you're kind of touching point on something that, like, I noticed in the last two episodes because whenever I think, because fairly new to Drag Race, I have not been watching Drag Race for 10 years or whatever, how long ever it's been. Because I assume that each week it's a challenge, and those queens, you determine who of those challenges go home and stuff like that. I think the whole program is kind of on that preface, but these last two episodes, the people who like really should have like they bombed, but they were of you know maybe well, I could speculate why they're saved and why they keep moving on and stuff like that, but I'm like, I don't think it's not a challenge. This is not a competition anymore. This is more like someone has uh it's not the individual weekly contest. It's like a whole thing there. Like who is
Yeah.
going to be the grand prize winner at this point?
Well, and
Um
on that note, I do believe that Tina was not going to last very long because her range has not been quite as well developed as others. But I don't think this was Tina's week to go home. I think that this was Utica, or I mean, you disagreed, but Candy. Um, but I don't think that Tina should have gone home this week. However, that being said, I don't think that Tina was going to be in the top four. So in the end, as long as my top four are the three that I want and someone else, I'm happy.
well, I thought Tina should have left last week. I think we
Last
had
week,
a last week. Yeah, I think some of our chatters last week were like Tina should have been in the bottom and she should have been eliminated
yeah,
sort of situation.
I think I
And
agree. I think I agree.
yeah, I think we're now at the end game. Like these little competitions are really just there just for TV purposes. And RuPaul has some sort of idea right now who is going to be
Oh,
the
honey,
top
it's
and who's
all
going to be
there for
winning.
TV purposes. All of it is for TV purposes.
Well,
But so
yeah,
anyways,
yes.
what was your favorite runway look?
I think it was Got Mick. I liked that outfit.
The big eyes and the purple with the teeth.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
I thought it was really well, oh, sorry. Well, yeah, I almost forgot about Rosé. Rosé was, like, top to bottom covered and beautiful, like, I liked that look too.
I love
But
Rosé's
got
look
mixed.
was my favorite, closely
Yeah.
followed actually by Utica's. Um, I
Oh,
loved Utica's outfit. I don't think it read as Beast, so I don't think she did the challenge properly. But I really enjoyed it. I thought it was very couture, very beautiful, and I thought that she looked amazing in it. Um,
it was definitely couture. I liked I was like, "I could wear that," sort of thing. What the one outfit that I was like, I don't really see it as Beast, because I don't know when I was hearing Beast, I was thinking monsters or like, you know, beast
mm,
sort of thing, not necessarily barnyard animals or well, not an even barnyard field animals. But when Simone came out as a fox, I
that was
was
the
like,
squirrel,
"Oh,
darling. That was the squirrel.
that was a squirrel?"
That was the squirrel.
Oh, I thought she was a fox, like a foxy
I
lady.
thought she was a squirrel. Was she a fox?
Who knows? It looked like I'm looking at it and I'm like, "Oh, did you just rent that at
Audience,
a
tell us,
costume store?"
was she a squirrel or was she a fox? I know that she had the belt that said Foxy, so maybe she was a fox.
That's what I okay.
I thought she was a squirrel.
I
Oh
thought
my
she was a
god.
fox.
Okay, either
Like,
way, she made all the furries come that night.
yeah, okay, yeah, yeah, exactly. Like, it didn't seem to be, but, those outfits were not being used to make any decisions at the end of the day, like, you know.
Apparently not. Apparently not. So, anyways, the top two and the two winners of the week were Simone and Rose. Do you agree?
No, no,
No. Who do you
no.
think should not have won?
Well, no, I it's nice that they both won,
Hmm.
but for the same reasons why I like, when I this commercials that we saw, I was laughing at Rosé, I was laughing at Simone. I thought that the commercials were good, and then if it was came down to, like, trying to figure out which one of the 2, I would have
Hmm.
chose Rosé.
Okay. I'm not I mean, I agree. I think that Rose had the better runway and they had equal commercials. I enjoyed both equally. So, and then you already know that I disagree with the bottom two. So, the bottom two were Utica and Tina.
Yeah.
And I agree with one, disagree with the other.
With who? Oh,
I disagree
that they
with
should have
Tina.
been in the bottom?
I thought that Candy should be in the bottom.
Oh, yeah, that's right, you said and Candy wasn't even the 3rd.
Yeah, Candy was safe. Candy was safe.
Um, yeah. How did you like the lip sync?
I thought it was fun. I didn't think that either one did a great job. Um,
I thought it was
but
a
I
terrible song to choose.
no, I love my humps. My humps, my humps, my humps, my lovely little lumps. That was my dancing.
But they
Um,
yeah, but they didn't have the edit where it was just Fergie.
I
They had
mean,
every
they've
other
done male songs over and over and over again. I don't think there's any requirement to lip sync to a female version.
well, I don't like it. So there.
Well, you
It's
are
my
entitled.
tea.
You are entitled to your incorrect opinion.
Incorrect opinion. How dare
Anyway,
you?
um, I could not have chosen a winner from the two of them. I don't know who won. So in the end, I still think that Tina shouldn't have been in the bottom, and therefore I think that Tina should have stayed. But RuPaul gets final decision. Ru likes Utica because Utica's weird. Tina goes home. Bye,
Yeah.
Tina. Your
Bye,
flame will
Tina.
forever glow and burn, even though it's fizzled out on the show.
Burning up. Burning up.
Not burning up.
So, look at that. I've just put up a photo. We're now down to 6.
Six, the final six. Candy Muse, Gottmik, Olivia Lux, Rose, and Simone and Utica. This is almost the top 6 I would have predicted. If you get rid of Candy and bring Denali in, that's my top 6. So I'm sorry, Candy. I'm just not a fan. I think that your drag is relevant and good, but I'm just not a fan. She's never going to watch this anyways, but that's okay.
Well, and another impression that I have is that I don't know where this happened. I think I talked about it last week too, but I don't know where and when suddenly I'm in love with them all. Like, I'm loving this, all the characters in here. I'm loving all the people, and I don't want any of them to go.
Well, I mean, if the season continues the way it has been continuing, no one will go home. So maybe you'll get your wish.
They're all just going to put them on ice for the next season. All right. Let's do some predictions for next week. Let's do some predictions.
So next week is I know what they're doing. I remember what they're doing. Oh, the roast.
Oh, I have
the
it up
Nice
here.
Girls roast.
Yeah.
The Nice Girls roast. So Miss Congenialities from seasons past are coming in to be roasted by the final 6. So who do you think will do well in a roast? Tina Burner's gone. Our flames are gone. Who's going to do well in a roast?
So Tina would have done really well. Probably another reason why they decided to get rid of her right away. They're like, she's going to win this next one.
Yeah.
I would say, just trying to remember who. Rose. Rose has, I can see her. Like, it has to be a New Yorker. It has to be one of the New Yorker queens, I think, would win a roasting someone. But I don't know if Candy would win, because I would suspect that half of the roasting girls wouldn't even understand her.
Well,
to be honest.
So I think that Candy will probably do well,
Yes.
which makes me sad. But I mean, good for her. I think that Rose will do very well. Rose markets herself as a comedy queen. She's proven herself to be funny. But I also think that Mick will do well, because Mick won the reading challenge. Mick has been funny in other challenges. And despite the fact that, like, in the preview, Mick says that, like, she doesn't know, I think she'll do really well. So I'm cheering for Rose and Mick. Simone will probably be safe. But Utica, I'm so sorry. You're going home this week. You are not going to be a good roaster.
Her comedy does not do roast. Her comedy does not do roast, and everything will go flat. And yeah, you're right.
Just saying, though, I'm so excited to see Nina West again. I love Nina. I've met Nina. She's a delight.
I didn't realize Nina West is going on. Oh, awesome. Yeah. Shall we talk gossip about
the latest gossip about Canada's Drag Race?
Yeah. So you go ahead.
So Canada's Drag Race Season 2 obviously is coming up, and obviously both of us are on it.
Yeah, clearly. I got that call back a long time ago.
Oh, yeah. You've been prepping those outfits. You did that medical screening, but then you failed the psychological exam. It's okay. Don't worry.
And I still scheduled my plastic surgery.
And clearly I have upped my drag by getting rid of it all.
Oh.
So we are both so excited that the judging panel has been announced. Well, I mean, I'm not excited per se. I am intrigued.
I am intrigued as well.
Yes.
There's potential tea in there.
Yes. Brooklyn Heights and Stacey McKenzie announced on Instagram the other day that Jeffrey Boyer Chapman, also known as Junior Bacon Cheeseburger, is not coming back for Season 2 of Canada's Drag Race. So my question for you
due to scheduling conflicts, quote,
yes,
quote.
This is what they say. Do you think that the fans got their way? Do you think that the fans, by hating JBC, got rid of him. Do you think that hate speech actually worked? Because
In
I would
Canada?
hate to hear that that was true.
In Canada, so whenever you hear scheduled conflicts, right? That's always
Mhm.
code for there's something else. Or it could be actual scheduled conflicts. Like, they're like, he's like, I'm gonna make more money off this movie than I am off this one whole season. So bye.
Well, given that the
But
season hasn't started filming and there is no filming dates yet, I feel like scheduling conflict cannot be the reason.
more than likely there was a decision somewhere not to have him again. And
Mhm.
I don't know. Well, clear. So sorry, as I'm trying to. So clearly, RuPaul loves JBC.
Oh,
Uh,
yes. Oh,
oh,
yes.
totally loves, and I can see RuPaul like calling up the producers in Canada's Drag and be like, "Oh, you need to have JBC. You need to have."
Mhm.
But those producers probably looking at all the stats and stuff like that from last year and how people didn't
Mhm.
like JBC and probably trying to think, okay, how can we make the second season better than the first one? They've
Mhm.
decided to go with someone else.
So either
And
that
it has
or
to be a comedian.
JBC decided that he didn't want to be on season 2,
Well, there's that possibility too.
which I
Uh,
actually think is probably likely because everything that happened in season 1 with all of the people on Twitter and Instagram and Facebook just hating on him constantly, I realize it's a great opportunity to be a judge on a prolific show. But if you're an actor who wants to pursue acting and this other format is actually like hurting you emotionally and psychologically, I imagine that he wouldn't want to stay in that situation. Or at least me, being a mental health expert that I am. I'm not a
are you
mental
a
health
mental
expert,
health expert?
people. I'm not. I'm not. I'm not.
I'm like, I know I come to you with my problems,
Yeah.
but I
You
didn't
say,
realize I had to start paying $25 an hour.
I'm mental,
Oh,
and I'm healthy. So I'm a mental health no, I don't know. Um, couldn't find the joke there. Anyways,
well,
I
you
think
you
there's
could be
probably
hitting
sorry.
You could be hitting the head on the nail there because he could have taken a step back and said to himself, okay, I'm young. He's a young actor. He has much more potential for the acting. Like, well, nah, okay. That's started sounding a little shady. But if he is choosing to be an actor, he's going to pursue acting with this kind of side, like hosting sort of thing.
Mhm,
That could potentially typecast him. That could potentially just make him into
mhm,
a host, and if that's not what he wants to do, God bless him for making that decision. Like
mhm,
you have to pick things that you want to do, that you feel good about, and stuff like that. And if this was taking away, then good on
yeah,
him for making that decision. If we're
yeah,
hypothetically, this is
yeah.
all hypothetical.
And
Call us, call us JBC.
I do think, yeah, JBC, we want to interview you. Let us know. Um, if if they are considering a new judge, because I'm sure they will round out the judging panel with a third and fourth judge. I think they need to do what Drag Race eventually did, which was hire a comedian.
Yeah,
Ross
I
Matthews is great. He's a joy, but they need that funny voice. They need that person who's able to make jokes because Brooklyn's not funny. Stacy's not funny. Like naturally. They're not naturally funny. They need people who are good at telling jokes, people who are good at bringing those quips so that they can get some more joy in those episodes because I think that's what we were lacking in season 1.
Well, you also if I was a producer too for Canada's Drag Race, I'd be looking at all the other drag races in the world, right?
Mhm.
And it's very clear that the audience members out there are really loving Drag Race UK
Alan
versus the
Carr, Graham
US one.
Norton.
They have how many comedians do they have on those guest panels?
Mhm.
Like, there's always 1, 2, maybe?
Yep.
So, yeah, they're gonna bring a comedian. They're gonna bring a comedian in. The question is, what comedian? Like, it has to be a Canadian comedian, and unfortunately, us Canadians, not a whole lot of us know who our Canadian comedians are. Like, because like, when you talk about the UK ones, they are all huge TV personalities. One of them has had a TV show for 20 years or whatever like that.
I think that if you started listing Canadian comedians, people might not know their names. But like if you think about some of the girls on like the Baroness von Sketch show, they're all Canadian and they're fantastic. Like, and there's a bunch of things like that. Like there are a lot of Canadian comedians who are excellent. Like Deborah Giovanni is fantastic, and Nikki crap last name. Anyways, but like we have a lot of comedians in Canada who are fantastic, and I think that we need more of that on the judging panel.
Exactly, exactly. And I would totally welcome a little bit more comedy on there. Because what's her name? I can't even remember. Supermodel. She was
Stacey
so fun.
McKenzie.
Stacey McKenzie. Oh yes, thank you. Oh my god, everyone loved her. A good thing that she's on there again. I will throw this little bit of a read out. That
The library is open,
Brooklyn
darling.
the library is open. Brooklyn. So half of this Instagram video was Brooklyn sharing that she has a new song out, buy it online and stuff. She was calling from California. She was in California, and her new song is coming out. But the entire time I'm looking at this video and I'm just like, well, two things. This video. One, she filmed it in portrait mode. Brooklyn was in freaking portrait mode the entire freaking time. Two, I am really, really worried about Canada's Drag Race because they released this video without any frills, without any kind of like special edit. Like there was no like branding in the video. There was no. It was just all black. It looked like it was a basic Zoom thing, and I'm like, what the hell is up with this? Like, why couldn't you take 5 minutes and at least put the logo somewhere?
I think it was supposed to seem like a casual conversation. I don't think it was supposed to seem like a big thing. Like, I know that it was an announcement that JBC wasn't going to be there, but they didn't want to make it seem like it was an announcement that JBC wasn't going to be there. They just wanted it to come up. Because if Canada's Drag Race announces the departure of one of their three main judges, it basically like it tells the audience that they had their way. And I don't think that's what they wanted to do. So I agree and also disagree.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
you're allowed to your false opinion, your incorrect
Thank
opinion.
you. Thank you for taking my own saying and throwing it back at me.
There we go. God bless her.
God bless you. Bless your heart.
Bless your heart.
So go watch Canada or RuPaul's Drag Race tonight. It's on in like half an hour. And
Yeah.
Canada Drag Race season 2 is coming soon. So, support your Canadian queens. Do we have any events
And make
coming up?
sure well, BOA is coming in April.
April
April
24th.
24th. You can
I
buy
have a
tickets
show.
online.
I have a show, Spearhead Brewery, on April 21st. Get your reservations now. Email
Oh,
Stephanie
that's
at
a
Spearhead
Wednesday.
Beer.
Yes.
Yep. Spearheadbeer.com.
And subscribe to our audio podcast.
Yeah. Subscribe to our
Go to
podcast, The Maple
the
Tea.
mapletea.ca. All
It's on
right,
Spotify.
Jim Bunny.
It's on
Oh,
Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, or you can follow me on Instagram and Facebook and Twitter. Rowena Whey. What?
or you can follow the Maple Tea on Facebook
That
as
too.
well,
That
Rowena.
too.
Rowena, come on now. But you can't find us on YouTube at all.
No more YouTube. They didn't like us there.
Oh, they don't like us there. They don't like us there. All right.
Well, bye everyone.
Goodbye, sweet peas.
Subscribe.
Subscribe, subscribe, subscribe. Oh.